A second U.S. aircraft carrier is expected to deploy to the Middle East in the coming days here. According to multiple reports, the USS Gerald Ford will leave the Caribbean after taking part in operations against Venezuela and join the USS Abraham Lincoln in the Persian Gulf. The buildup in the Middle East comes as the U.S. negotiates with Iran about its nuclear program and potential strikes against Iran if those talks do not work out. NewsNation's Robert Sherman is covering the possible deployment from Rome for us. Robert, when could this second carrier arrive in the region, you think?
Yeah, it's going to have to make the journey across the Atlantic, Markie, so it still could be a little bit of time. But you see the pieces moving here. In the big picture, Markie, consider for a moment that the president described the amount of firepower in the Middle East as being even greater than what was used in Venezuela already. Well, now you're seeing some of those assets that were used in the Caribbean, were used in the region of Venezuela, being redeployed out to the Middle East, which just goes to indicate the level of firepower that is now being raised potentially in the region here. And that would mean that the USS Gerald R. Ford would be joining already the USS Abraham Lincoln. You look at some of the assets that it carries and brings with it here, whether it's the F-18s or whether it is the Seahawks, over 4,000 sailors aboard. It is a massive movement when it comes to just one single ship. Now, that being said, Markie, the president is keeping in step with what he has been saying, which is that he wants to see negotiations continuing. But meanwhile, you have images such as these that have been coming out of Iran, which give indications it is a very volatile scene. Armed militias on the streets firing heavy weapons, protests and demonstrations continue. The president says he does want those talks to carry on, but if they fall through, if Iran does not back away, he's prepared to use some of this firepower that he's moved to the region. Take a listen.
We have to make a deal, otherwise it's going to be very traumatic. Very traumatic. I don't want that to happen, but we have to make a deal. They should have made a deal the first time, and they got Midnight Hammer instead. And this will be very traumatic for Iran if they don't make a deal.
Those comments from the president coming directly on the heels of his meeting with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel in Washington, D.C., where we know very publicly atop the docket of conversation was Iran. The prime minister came out of that meeting saying he's still not convinced Iran is serious about making a legitimate deal with the United States. Nevertheless, the president wants the conversations to continue. Tehran says they're open to having more talks, with the White House saying they remain optimistic that a deal can be struck sometime within the next month. That gives you a bit of an indication of the timeline here, Markie.
We'll see where this heads next. Robert Sherman live in Rome for us. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.